What is good, my fellow UFC junkies? Max with the Parlay Princes. Let's make some money this week. I'm kidding. I'm trying to do the Kuna thing to hopefully bring some like positive energy into this channel, because holy crap, I did horrible last week. I went 4-6. I told everybody to pick Fiziev, and then when the time came, I bet heavy on Gaethje. Sorry guys, I did it. I flipped like 2 hours before the fights. It happens. So we're going to try and get the get back this week with Vegas, whatever number it is. It's one of the worst cards of the year. Get ready. I'm going to be cranky this episode. You know it's a rough card when my favorite fight of the night is a women's fight. That girl DUBEN who hit the Contender Series overhand right. Fwink. That's literally what I'm most excited for. And that's the first fight of the night. So I can basically turn the TV off after that. Let's get it. Like, subscribe, comment. I have notes this time because this card is horrendous. There's no way I can freestyle this. Let's dive in, boys. Here we go. The first fight of the night. Let's first admire ESPN because they have my girl DUBEN as a -155 favorite. Guess what DraftKings has her at? +300. Thank you, ESPN. So here we go. I tried to get these names right before I started this video, and here we are. How the fuck do you say this first name? YUNEISY DUBEN and CARLI JUDICE. I will tell you off the bat who I'm picking for each fight before I even start the prediction. My pick is DUBEN. I was very excited to see her fight again. I follow her on Instagram, and she is a gym rat. She trains with Rose. Let me not freestyle too much because I have all this in my notes. Here we go. Here we go. My pick is DUBEN. I feel like if I do an accent, these will all hit. She only had... I don't know what accent this is. She only had 6 pro MMA fights, but finished them all with KOs and 1 sub, all in rounds 1 or 2. So aka DUBEN is a demon. I'm going to call her Demon DUBEN. She's fresh off a crazy Dana White Contender Series knockout, which we just spoke about. And she was a massive underdog. I think she was like literally a +700, +600. She went in there round 1. I don't even know if this girl even got a chance. I don't know if she even stuffed takedowns. I don't think we even got that far. I think this girl thought she could like strike with her for like 2 minutes. She's like pump faking. And then DUBEN hit the craziest. I don't know why I'm not following my notes. I'm just freestyling it, but here we go. DUBEN hit the craziest. She faked the takedown. She's standing. She went, psych, bink. Shit was nasty. She has crazy power, and she's only getting better. I don't know what age she is. I'll tell you right now. She's 28, so she's still young, bro. And again, she's a gym rat training with some demons. She looks like a demon in the Contender Series without the proper training, and here she is, like at fucking, what gym is it? Who cares? I said I already saw her training recently with Rose. Again, she's with demons, bro. Like, she looked like a snipe. She just has power. For a girl to have that much power is absolutely crazy. So, and the girl she's fighting loves to stand and bang too. So that should be a horrible night for her. She's not as technical, you could say. But she's also not just winging bombs like Chandler. Like I said, she faked the takedown to do the overhand right. It's not just like Michael Chandler where she's just like clank, clank, like just flank, flank, back of the head, nut shots. AK Chandler's a cheater. And like I said, she's fighting a girl who's also technically a striker. Judice is better on the ground, but it's a matter of if she can get it there. And I don't think she can, bro. I think DUBEN has been training takedown defense. Again, gym rat. I doubt you're in there just striking all day. Even though I have been seeing her striking with the pads, bro, she's been throwing a demon 1-2-3. It's fucking demon. Is it a 1-2-3? I can't remember if she does straights. Flink, flink. Yeah, I think it's a 1-2. That left hook, bro, would literally put me to sleep. She's been throwing some demon left hooks. She gets a left hook knockout. You saw it here first. My girl Judice is only had 5 pro MMA fights and is 3-2 in her 5. She had 3 KOs before the UFC and then lost on the Dana White Contender Series to Karakati and then lost her first UFC fight to Fernandez. If you don't know who Fernandez is, that's the girl that beat our girl Wang Kong. Wang Kong was sniping this girl. I think 3rd round, Wang Kong got kicked in the head and then got choked out. That was Fernandez. And it's one of those things, I just got to respect the power for DUBEN in this fight, bro. I feel like one girl could knock me out, the other girl can't. I'm picking the girl that could knock me out. That might be about it. I don't know how she does in 3 rounds. We'll say that because she's never gone 3 rounds. So who knows with DUBEN. She is a little thick. She looks like a girl that would definitely gas in round 3. But again, hopefully we don't have to take it there. She loves to knock out girls with blonde hair. This girl looks like a soccer mom, so this should be set in stone. And if she gets a left hook, you heard it here first. You guys owe me 10%. Next fights, Evan Elder, Marquel Medeiros. This one, I had to watch some tape. I watched this quick tape. Granted, I did watch Elder 3 years ago. I couldn't find anything on their current fights. I saw Medeiros' vicious knee to the face and Contender Series, but I didn't get to see the whole fight. But let's go over some notes, then we'll talk about what I saw in that tape study, because oh my Jesus. If there's any fight to stay away from, it's this one, because it's so 50-50. I will say that right off the back. My pick is Medeiros. They have very similar records. One guy's 9-2, one guy's 9-1. Someone's 9 has to go. This is lightweight, so Elder's dropping down to 155 is something to keep in mind there as well. Elder's 2-2 in the UFC. Lost to Parsons, which is literally impossible. And he lost to Sadikov, which is actually Demon. Sadikov is beating people like Terrence McKinney. And that's all I can remember. He did beat Flowers recently and beat Valdez, who are both on 3-fight losing streaks. So together, Flowers and Valdez's total combined record for the last 3 is 0-6. So basically, he's beating up Cañitos. I don't know what, that's probably like a curse word in Spanish. I'm really trying to say he beats up cans. So more UFC experience on the side of Elders, but it's not a great look. And I guess now we'll talk about what I watched in the tape. Again, this is a fight from 3 years ago. But oh my God, it's not that Elders was bad. It's the guy he was fighting was horrendous. It looked worse than like the worst girl in the UFC, bro. This guy would block punches like this and keep his chin in the air. He was like, this is absolute zero fight IQ. Again, I'm not talking about Elders. I'm talking about the guy he was fighting. But with that being said, it went the distance. He was in there for 15 minutes trying to finish. Like, bro, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Even I know better. Like, fucking hands here, tuck the chin, fucking bob and weave, do some little fucking slips. This guy's like swatting punches like this with his chin up. I couldn't believe what I was watching. So, with that being said, Medeiros has fought way better competition. Again, Elder has more UFC experience. Medeiros just looks like he's with the shits more. I don't know how else to word this. Let's read some of Medeiros' notes. Medeiros is on a 7-fight win streak, 4 KOs, and when he goes the distance, he goes unanimous decision. So it's not like he's going split. We're going unanimous. He got a vicious knee KO like we spoke about in the Dana White Contender Series when his opponent shot for a takedown. We spoke about that. And I believe there was 2 back-to-back knees. So he got a knee in that fight. Fight before that, knee to the face, like 40 seconds in round 1. Both guys are young here. One guy's 27, one guy's 28, so they're like entering their prime. But I am leaning towards Medeiros. Striking, finish ability, competition he's fought. He just seems a little more like tight with it. You know, it's like it is anybody's fight. The odds do make sense. I think the odds are almost dead even. I'm actually picking the underdog. I'm very surprised Medeiros is the underdog. I think it's because he has less UFC experience. But I think they're bugging, bro. I would have put Medeiros at a tiny favorite, like minus 130. Close fight. Both guys can strike, and both guys can get takedowns too. So I probably will get this pick wrong, but I'm going Medeiros. I'm not even mad at it. I watched tape. I wasn't sure really who the fuck these guys were. I watched tape. I'm like, no, yeah. Again, it's older tape. But you look at records too. It's like this guy lost to fucking Parsons. That shit out of here. Did he get subbed? I forget actually. If it went the distance, bro, He lost unanimous decision to Parsons. Yeah, get out of here. Take a hike. Take a hike, Elder. Next fight. This one I truly don't care about. JOSIANE NUNES and PRISCILA CACHOEIRA. Guys, I'm taking so many underdogs this card. Get ready. You're about to either love or hate this prediction video. My pick is CACHOEIRA, guys, plus 154. Let's break it down why. Looking at it on paper, CACHOEIRA loves to get subbed. So that is something to think about here. Like, I think she's been subbed like 800 times. But JOSIANE NUNES ain't subbing anybody. Has Nunes ever gotten a sub in her entire life? Because like I said before, the other person doesn't fight like Chandler. This person fights like Michael Chandler. Flank, 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 flank. No, like there is slight IQ there, but it's we're losing it, boys. So Nunes has 0 subs, but 7 KOs. But she couldn't even KO my girl. What's her name? She couldn't even KO, what's this girl's first name? Zahara Farn. Horrendous. I remember that fight. Horrendous. Farn was staying in there. Who else has she lost to? Some horrendous ass people. Let's talk about CACHOEIRA a little bit. Loves to get subbed, like I said. Realistically, it's been 4 times out of the last 10 fights. That's horrendous too. This girl has fought some top-level people, though. Shevchenko. People forget, man. Robertson, Maverick, and Jasdavicius, bro. This girl has actually fought demons. Shevchenko, Robertson, Julian Robertson, if you don't know who that is. Miranda Maverick, Jasdavicius. I rank all those girls very highly. Granted, I believe that's how she got subbed, was all those people, which makes sense. Good news is she got subbed in the 3rd round, her last 2. So she's learning. So she's not getting subbed in round 1, guys. She's getting subbed in round 3. So we're getting there. A couple more submission attempts, and I think CACHOEIRA can actually go the distance. In a striking battle, I like this, and I think she'll be more technical than Nunes. Again, like I said, Nunes just be throwing power punches like she's fucking Michael Chandler. Sometimes they connect, sometimes they don't. And we do have to talk about her size, too. She's 5'2". All her opponents are like 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". She always has... I think she actually has a reach advantage in this. Yeah, she has 2 inches of reach in this fight. So she's 6 inches shorter. Is it 6 inches? I think I'm bugging. 5 inches shorter. And she has 2 inches more of reach. So she does have legs for arms. There's somebody else in this card that has the same thing. We'll talk about that. She's labeled as a Muay Thai fighter. This is Nunes we're talking about. But to be honest, I've never really seen much Muay Thai. Like, I don't really see any, like, hands, arms behind the head. Like, I don't see... If it's clinch work, she's really just pressuring against the cage. So, I don't really remember her throwing many knees. I don't know. I think she's a boxer now. Losing to Chandler is unforgivable. That's right. She lost to Chelsea Chandler. If you lose to Chelsea Chandler, you are not getting my money. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Especially if you're a Muay Thai fighter, bro. I have to watch that fight back, but can't even do it. I don't care how high or drunk I get. There's no way I can watch that fight back. She lost to Cavalcanti in her last one, but it's okay with me. Cavalcanti's slight demon. For me, it's just level of competition. CACHOEIRA has doubled UFC fights against way higher levels of competition. I think she just keeps the range, stays in the pocket when she needs to, stay out the pocket. You would think it's that easy. It's not. And just stay away from the overhands. I think she dominates just based off size and skill. I really do. I think she has the stronger fight IQ. Not that either of them really do have much of it, but I think she has the higher fight IQ. If it does get doggy, though, I do kind of... And I am scared for CACHOEIRA, but I am picking CACHOEIRA. I'm done with the Nunes. It's not even a hype train. I'm done. Like, we thought she was demon for a second. Like, oh, this girl's like fucking... a mini Nunes. Like Amanda Nunes. I know her name is Nunes, too, but you get it. Next fight. Daniel BAREZ and Andre Lima. I'm finally picking a favorite here. Let's get it. My pick is Lima, guys. It's for his kickboxing expertise. 10 years age gap, 26 for Lima, which means BAREZ is 36. So the speed will definitely be on Lima's side. I hope. Please don't do this to me. I think BAREZ is decent, but not really UFC level. I will say that off the back. He lost in Dana White Contender Series back in 2021 against Carlos Hernandez, who is now 2-3 in the UFC. So he's losing the cans. Had 2 UFC fights recently. He got subbed by Filo. Sorry, I sound like a casual. Filo. But that's completely understandable. I think Filo has 2 or 3 subs recently. 1 unanimous decision against Victor Altamirano. But he's actually horrendous. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, so shout out him. I wish I've seen more finishes recently out of Lima. Like, he goes the distance a lot recently. Well, what's his last 5 looking like? He's still a demon. It's just, yeah, he's gone fucking, out of his last 5, he's gotten 1 finish, bro. For a demon, I need you to get more finishes. So on a 4-fight win streak, if you include the Dana White Contender Series, I want the distance. We just spoke about that. And BAREZ is pretty durable, so I don't know if Lima finds a finish in this either. Lima just went the distance with Felipe Dos Santos, who was actually very good, and it went unanimous decision. Dos Santos, if we don't know, was the one that fought Manel Kape on short notice. Remember, he gave Manel Kape a run for his money. It was a 3-rounder. I think that's when Cara France pulled out. I forget. But he showed that he's definitely UFC caliber. So to go the distance with him is pretty nice. Let's see. So skill for skill, guys. Yeah, I just got to go Lima. I think the odds make sense, too. What are the odds again? The odds, minus 340. I guess it's a tiny bit wide. I picture Lima more like a minus 250, maybe minus 300. But that's not much of a difference. I'm going Lima. And yeah, I'm not putting BAREZ on a single thing. Get out of here. Next fight, Carlos VERA. And tried to get this name right before I started this video. JOSIAS. There we go. JOSIAS MUSASA. Are you going to really bet against a guy whose last name is MUSASA? Come on. At a minus 700, I might, though. Minus 700, they're bugging out. I will say that. My pick is MUSASA. Because he's got legs for arms. That's why. This guy's arm reach is insane. He's got a 74-inch reach, which is the same as most 205ers. And this guy's a bantamweight. He's got legs for fucking arms, people. Crazy. He's a well-rounded striker that definitely wants to keep it standing, but also has a good get-up game. So he's well-rounded, better on the feet, more of a KO artist, but he can stand his own. True MMA demon. Before his Dana White Contender Series fight where he went split decision, he was on a 7-fight KO streak, all in round 1 except 1 fight. Like I said, KO demon. He's also 11 years younger than his opponent right now at 26. So the speed should be there, boys, unless you're fighting Rob Font. And definitely a lot more room to grow. We will say that. He's 26. He's about to learn some shit. Imagine this guy when he's 30. Lock it in, boys. We got Vieira on the other side who won't want to strike at all and get this to the ground. So stylistically, it's a unique fight. He's got a strong background in jiu-jitsu and has 5 subs out of his 15 pro MMA fights, and he has a 1 KO. So basically, he loves to go the distance. Let's put it that way. Stylistically, it's a weird fight, and I think the odds are cracked out, but that also, they almost make sense. It should be night and day, the striking. I picture Mustafa, what's this guy's name? MUSASA? I picture him stuffing them takedowns, bro. If he gets taken down time after time, cash your bets out because this shit ain't hitting, but I'm going with the more athletic demon. Younger. The age of 37 of Vera scares the shit out of me. He's got more UFC experience, but he's only had one fight. What? Oh, I'm sorry. He doesn't have any UFC experience. He only has 1 UFC fight. My bad. That's why his picture is gray and there's no color. He's had 1 UFC fight and he lost to my arch nemesis, Rinya Nakamura. Don't ever say that name around me, ever. Nakamura. That's my pick, guys. My pick is MUSASA because he's not white. Next fight. DIYAR NURGOZHAY and Brendson Ribeiro. I should restart this video. I've lost my flow. Boys. Here we go. Reset. My pick is... I can't even say this with confidence because I don't even know how to say this guy's name. How do I act like I'm confident here and I don't know how to say DIYAR? Let me just break this down without reading notes. It's literally this simple. Brendson Ribeiro is fucking horrible. I'm not reading any notes anymore. I am, not for this fight though. Brendson Ribeiro is fucking horrible. He got chinned by Ming Yang after he chinned Ming Yang himself. He was in the pocket with Ming Yang. Beep. Ming Yang thought he got eye poked. Ribeiro's like, I got this. Went in the pocket. Fing, fing, chinned. He's like a Austin Lane. Not as chinny, but he's literally that chinny. And in his last fight, he got too scared to do anything striking. He just laid and prayed the whole fight. How many UFC fights does this guy have? Is it 2 or 3? I can't stand Brendson Ribeiro anymore. I'm going to be honest. And he lost to Gaziazulov, who just lost. This is like the craziest MMA math. Gaziazulov just lost to Bruno Lopez. But Bruno Lopez lost to Ribeiro by KO. Bro, I hate Brendson Ribeiro. And I thought he was a demon at one point. This guy is a fraud. I don't know anything about DIYAR, but I'm picking him. Because he's 10-0. And he's definitely more demon than Ribeiro. Because it's impossible to not be. Next fight. What are the odds? If Ribeiro is favored, I'm smashing something. Okay, thank God. DIYAR is a minus 345. Bet the house. Next fight. Another underdog. Stephanie Luciano and Sam Hughes. I'm picking Sam Hughes. Because my notes say I refuse to fully break this fight down. My pick is Hughes, guys, for the UFC experience and fight IQ. I think she's not very good, but I think she can withstand anything that Luciano throws at her. When Hughes goes for takedowns, she wins the fight. Please do that here. If you look at her record, every time she goes for takedowns, she wins. If she doesn't, it's fucking close. Just shoot for takedowns. Don't stand and bang. It's literally that simple, but they're still going to mess it up. And like I said right here, if she stands and bangs the whole fight, it's going to get sketchy, 100%. She just went split decision with Dudakova, who's actually pretty well-rounded. Dudakova's good with the hands. We just saw her get cut from the UFC, I believe. She's the one that smacked her coach after she just got destroyed by, damn, was it Klein? I can't remember her name. Whatever. Luciano is a Muay Thai fighter with a good striking and decent in the clinch. I'm restarting this video. But I'm going with the more well-rounded fighter here in Hughes. This fight is 1,000% going the distance as well. You can basically bet your entire life this goes the distance. More finishing ability for Luciano technically, but it's not enough for me to pick her. If Hughes is smart, she can pressure against the cage and not let Luciano fire off shots. I hate this card so much. It's such a horrible card. Next fight. Waldo Cortes-ACOSTA and Ryan Spann. Who fucking cares? Who fucking cares? I literally wouldn't mind if they just took a break this weekend. I don't want to watch these. I truly don't. I want to watch the first girls fight, and that's fucking it. There's nothing else I care about. Literally, I want to see Cody GIBSON win, another underdog. Bro, I think I picked only underdogs. No, I didn't. Jesus Christ. What a horrible card. It's so bad that every underdog is going to win. That's how bad of a card it is. Here we go. Waldo, Cortes-ACOSTA, Ryan Spann. My pick is Acosta for no reason at all. Literally what my notes say. Great. I think these odds make sense, and it's close to a pick'em, which they basically are. Acosta's 5-1 in the UFC and seems to be getting better and better. He's found his path to victory, and he did the same thing against Rebellos to Spain. It's kind of lay and pray, but like as long as you're trying to punch and do stuff, whatever, I guess you're on the path to victory here. His only loss is to Lima, but De Lima just got popped for roids. So I think he just lost to a roided up De Lima. One thing that does scare me is this is his first fight at 205. Something to think about. Cortes-ACOSTA fights at heavyweight. Guess what? Not anymore. But that should mean he comes in faster, technically stronger. He can probably breathe better too, less cheeseburgers. I think you might see like a Valtier Walker where he just walks in with a six-pack and we're all like, holy shit, Costa's jacked. So keep that in mind. This is not heavyweight. This is Costa 205, so it will be interesting. Spain is definitely going to be quick with a lot of different ways to win. I was there live when he actually KO'd Dominic Reyes. I was there live. That was at UFC 281. Then he went on a 3-fight losing streak and then subbed to OSP. I cannot pick Ryan Spann for anything. He lost to Anthony Smith twice. So you're... I'll bet against Spann for the rest of my life, and I won't care if he wins or loses. Like the fact that I just faded that, I'm literally okay with in my mind. I just personally feel like we've seen the best of Spann, and Acosta's someone I feel like is getting better and better. He's probably easier to train. What's the age difference here? I think they're both similar in age, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're both 33. I don't know. Something's fishy here. Acosta, like I said, should look shredded, and he's literally dropping 60 pounds. On this thing, he says he weighs 262. If he's fighting at 205, he's cutting 60 pounds. He's cutting 60 pounds. All right, you guys know my pick. It's Acosta. Next fight. This is a hell of a name. SUYOUNG YOU and AJ Cunningham. Just the name makes you want to fade him. I almost faded him. At a minus 800, I will not put this on a single parlay. Or on DraftKings, he's a minus 700. There's not a shot in hell, bro. I would rather die than put a bet on SUYOUNG YOU. And he's a road to UFC guy. So we know the rules here, boys. This is not about race. It's about the races only fighting their race. I don't bet on Chinamen from road to UFC because if you look at their records, it's just 6 KOs all against people from China. That does nothing for your fighting game. And like, I need to see you fight a Brazilian. I need you to see you fight I need to see this shit, bro. You can't only fight your kind. What are you, racist? Here we go. I'm not even breaking this fight down. I refuse to. We'll read some notes. Why not? I'm already here. My pick is you, not you, the fighter. But the odds are OD up, like I just said. Just won road to UFC, which is terrifying. Like I just said, I refuse to bet on them. AJ is coming down from 155, which is wild because this fight is at 135. Apparently, ESPN gets nothing right. So this says bantamweight. It could be wrong here. But it says they're fighting bantamweight, and AJ Cunningham is a 155er. I don't know why you skipped that. Skip 145 and just go straight to 135. Something's up with that, but we'll figure out what it is, boys. Keep an eye out. AJ is sloppy and almost enjoys a dog fight. The weight cut will help with speed, but what happens with that chin? Because as we know, or as some of you know, because someone wanted to argue with me in my comments, they were like, the thing you said about their chin getting worse when they cut weight is absolutely false. This is what I deal with, boys. This is what I deal with. He did get KO'd by Klein with a body shot. This is AJ we're talking about here. So it's not like he's been chin checked recently. It says he got KO'd by Klein his last fight. But keep in mind it wasn't in the dome piece. He'll definitely have a size advantage here with 6 inches of reach and 4 inches of height, which is pretty wild. It's very hard to predict this one just because the weight class switch up. We got to figure out what weight class this is at for starters, because if AJ is going to 135, I don't even know if that favors him or not. It's fucking crazy. You want to favor you because he's definitely way more technical, but he does get bullied by someone way bigger. But does he get bullied by someone way bigger? And that's really the question here. The weight class switch up is what's blowing my mind right now. My pick is you, but I recommend you stay far away from this one. That's literally what my notes say. You would think I have a ghostwriter. My pick is you, but I recommend you. I hate this card so much, guys. It's fucking insane. Damon Blackshear. It's not Damon. It's not Damon. He put a thing in there. It's Damon Blackshear. Cody GIBSON. I don't know how much more I can do this, guys. I really don't. How many more fights do we have here? I might just like wing this shit. I can't do it. I really can't do it. We're just gonna rapid fire this. I'm going on strike this card. Guys, my pick is Cody GIBSON. Okay? Was it his last fight? I think he lost his last fight. There was a fight recently at the Apex. Was it his last fight? I think it was Kelleher, but he had a fight at the Apex. He's like, guys, I'm just excited because tomorrow I'm going camping with my family, and my wife said don't get hurt so that you can help me drive the kids to vacation. So he's like, I'm just happy I'm good to go so I can drive with my family. This guy's a fucking demon, bro. And if you think Damon Blackshear is a demon, you're out your goddamn mind. He got slept by... It's not really one punch. He got hit with a few, but to get hit with a straight right and die. This guy lost to Mario Bautista. And if you don't think Cody GIBSON gives Mario Bautista a run for his money, you're out your fucking noggin. I'm picking Cody GIBSON. Get out of here with that shit. He went to absolute war with Brad Katona. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, Brad Katona's not that good. It was a demon fight. Demon. Cody GIBSON, better fight IQ, more durable, more demon. Damon Blackshear, it's sub or nub. I don't know what that meant. I'm trying to really just get this over with. My pick is Cody GIBSON, guys. I'm going Cody GIBSON. Man, he might get a finish. Damon Blackshear is fragile. Damon Blackshear is a minus 475. Next fight, Alexander Hernandez, Kurt Holloway. Really quick, Alexander Hernandez is a little bitch. He's very fragile. And I'm going with the guy who's absolutely way more demon and Kurt Holloway. It's literally that simple. Is this another underdog? It's another underdog. Great. I love how I made all these notes. I took hours to make these notes. I refuse to read them. It's literally just this simple, guys. Holloway will fight for your money. Hernandez, we don't know if he will. This guy's definitely more fragile than Kurt. We at least can agree on that shit. Hernandez is more technical, but the finishing ability, I go with Kurt. I do see Hernandez as chinny. We just spoke about that. Holloway used to be in the UFC back in 2018 and found his way back in after 2 KO wins at KFC. One was 20 seconds in round 1. He then went on the McGregor tough season and won against Austin Hubbard. And he's back. He's back. So he used to be in the UFC. He got cut and then he came back and now he's on demon time. His only loss was to Trey Ogden recently, which is kind of okay. Even though Trey Ogden looked like shit against Thiago Moises. I did pick Thiago Moises, and I did tell you to bet on Trey Ogden plus 3.5. I'm just saying. Kurt is a good striker with BJJ as his main martial art. 6 years older at 38, which is scary, but it's not like he's older and chinny. I'm not even going to read Hernandez's notes because I don't care. I actually really hate this guy's face. Next fight, Song Hoo Choi, Kevin Vallejos. I am finally picking a favorite here in Kevin Vallejos. And without reading the notes, it's literally this simple. Song Hoo Choi has no chin. His chin has vanished. I was there live once again when he got KO'd by Trizano in round 1. He also got KO'd by Steve Garcia in a minute and a half. But granted, Steve Garcia does that to a lot of people. You know, Sung-Woo Choi 1-4 in his last 5. Honest to God, I think he should get cut because he'd be a demon in other organizations. I'm not mad with that, guys. Just because you leave the UFC doesn't mean your life is over. That guy that got absolutely obliterated by Buckley, where he did like the spinning roundhouse. I don't know what the hell it was, but he caught Buckley's leg and Buckley spun around, kicked him. That guy went to PFL and won $1 million. So I think Choi should fucking take a dive in round 1 so we can all bet on that. And that's it. Go fight somewhere else and make a bag, bro. I fuck with Choi, bro. Like, I would literally interview Choi. It's not like I don't like Choi. His chin's gone, bro. And he's fighting a fucking demon right here. This guy's only loss he's fighting is to Gene Silva. And it still went the distance, bro. It's not like Gene Silva chinned him. That was in the Contender Series. He lost there. Came back in the Contender Series and got a KO in the first half of the round. And that's it. Vicious striker. 14 wins as a pro MMA fighter. 10 KOs, 2 subs. So out of 14 wins, 12 finishes. Do I know the level of competition he's been fighting? Not really. But his name is Kevin. So we're going to lock it in. Kevin, take us home, buddy. Next fight. Chidi Njoku and Dos Santos. I am going with Dos Santos. If you want to see an absolute barn burner, watch Dos Santos and BSD. This is the first time BSD fought in the UFC. He fought at 170. And from rounds 2 and 3, Dos Santos put an absolute beating on BSD. Like, you could hear Daniel Cormier be like, "Stop the fight! Stop the..." the whole second round, that was Daniel Cormier. They didn't stop the fight, and Dos Santos beat the living shit out of BSD. Dos Santos has also fought Randy Brown before. Even though he did lose, it was close. And that's kind of why I like Dos Santos in this. It is a little scary because Chidi is coming down from 185. Or he's been at 185. Sorry, he's had two fights already at 170. Sorry, he used to fight at 185 is what I'm trying to say. He fought people like RoboCop. He fought people like, what's the other name I'm thinking of that I can't think of right now? Olin Jacek. He got KO'd by Olin Jacek. That's kind of hard to do. Olin Jacek doesn't usually KO people round 1. Was it round 1? I actually might be baiting with that information. Either way, you're supposed to beat Olin Jacek, not get KO'd by him. And yes, it was round 1. In your face. So I just got like a vicious striker in Dos Santos fighting a guy who loves to get chinned. He has looked good at 170. That last fight against Jared Gooden was horrendous. Only because I picked Gooden, bro. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing from Gooden. Once they showed him hitting pads in the beginning, I knew my life was over. This guy was hitting pads like, it looks like Pereira when he's marching into the octagon or the thing. That's literally what this guy looked like hitting hooks. He was like, I was like, oh no, what have I done? And then Jared Gooden went out there and lost horrendously. And then who else? He's also beaten Reese McKee, who's fucking horrible too. So it's like Chidi beat, I don't want to say Gooden's a nobody. He just did not show up at all that night. Oh my God. The other issue we have to talk about is the reach. 7 inches of reach for Chidi, 4 inches of height. That is scary for me a little bit, but then I do have to remember that Dos Santos has fought Randy Brown before. I think Randy Brown is like Chidi 2.0. So that kind of helped me with my pick. It's a tough one, guys. If you pick Chidi, I'm not mad at you. Let's say that. I'm not mad. I get it. It's almost pick 'em. It's like 2-1 favorite on Dos Santos. I think it should be a little closer. I think Dos Santos should be like a minus 140 or something like that. But I still am going Dos Santos. I explained my reasoning. He was even BSD was getting no takedowns on Dos Santos. I kind of forget what round 1 was like. I think it was more BSD's round. But I know round 2, Dos Santos turned the fuck up. It was crazy. Can't breathe. All right, guys. Main event. If you survived this breakdown, I appreciate you because this is. I'm losing it. Marvin Vettori, Roman Dolidze. So this is a rematch. I don't trust either of these guys. For some reason, I trust Dolidze more. I am not picking Dolidze. I am picking Vettori. But deep down in my soul, I trust Dolidze a little bit more. I think the 5 rounds is going to add to this for Vettori. I think it goes the distance. I think Dolidze is more trying to find that big meaty hook, as where Vettori kind of racks up the striking a little bit. 5 years younger for Vettori. He hasn't fought in a minute, though. When was the last time he fought? Was it 2 years ago? I think it's been 2 damn years. Yeah, it's been like almost 2 years, bro. His last loss was Cannonier, and that was brutal. Then he beat Dolidze, 3-rounder. But it was a close fight. It says unanimous decision, but that was a close one. He lost to Whitaker. That's fair. Still went the distance. This guy's a fucking distance machine. All 5 of his last fights went the distance. Went the distance with Izzy. Got picked apart by Izzy. That was 4 years ago. Let's look at Dolidze's last 5 real quick. I think Anthony Smith. I think that fight was at 205, wasn't it? I'm almost positive that fight was at 205. So he went up in weight class and still beat Anthony Smith. That's impressive. Not really, but it is. KO'd Kevin Holland. That one's kind of fluky. Went the distance with Imavov, but lost. Not bad. KO'd Jack Hermanson. Dolidze has his moments, bro. He could definitely have his moment in this fight. What are the odds? The odds are almost pick'em. Slight favorite for Vettori at minus 148. I am going Vettori, guys, for the reasons I stated. These guys both have fucking chins, too. This shit better go the distance. Cause I'm definitely, whoever I pick, I'm picking points. That's for fucking true. All right, guys, so feel free to absolutely dog me in these comments because this was probably the worst prediction you've ever seen in your life. But I got through it and at least liked the video for me because you saw how hard this was for me. The good news is I do have a parlay. For anybody that lasted this long, no Diddy, I have a parlay for you. You're going to absolutely hate it. It's plus 31,000 odds. Sorry, Shashwat. But Kurt Holobaugh. This is $3 to win 1,000, just for the record. Seven leg parlay, all money line. Absolutely horrendous parlay though. Kurt Holobaugh, Cody Gibson, Waldo Cortez-Acosta, DIYAR. I'm fading Brendson Ribeiro. Andre Lima, PRISCILA CACHOEIRA, and my girl DUBEN. The overhand right from God herself. That was a horrible parlay. I don't know why I thought that was like a banger. Yeah, we got an Apex card, boys. Let's get it. Peace.